Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. The rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. The rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Hey! Vsauce! Michael here. Zapomniałem. Żeby... Czy ja właśnie... Kra. Czekaj, dajcie mi chwilkę. To muszę wyłączyć. To mi jest niepotrzebne i to potrzebuję, dobra. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats, and rats makes me crazy. Load game, file 6. Wszystko jest w porządku. Nie jest w porządku, co jest? Czemu grę nie pokazuje? Dobra, już pokazuje. Uff, co mi pisze człowiek? Oh boy, w sumie ignorujmy ciało na razie. Oh, ten pokój wygląda dziwnie. Whoa, what happened here? Is this the Monokuma control room? It should be, but everything is in ruins. Everything is broken and the shelves are all empty. Did a bomb go off here? No, the walls are undamaged. Someone did this manually on purpose. So was trying to get inside this room pointless? If it looked like this? No, it didn't look like that before. The marks are all fresh. It happened tonight. So did Eric do it? Of the killer? I would assume it was the killer. There was no reason for Eric to do it. Well, we don't know what exactly happened that night. Maybe they had a fight and that was what ruined this place. No, the damage is just too big. I tell you, it was done on purpose. If you say so, but why? I can think of a few reasons. First, to confuse us and to throw a wrench in our investigation. I guess so, this would be a problem for us. And additionally, to not allow us to take control of Monokuma. Ugh, this just couldn't be that easy, could it? Yeah, they're going to make us work for it the whole way. Well, I was complaining, let's search this place. Chaos and control room added to the bullets. The door is open. We've been trying so hard to get here and now we're here. Yeah, but at what cost? Too big, that's for sure. Hey, look at that. The key is still inside. The key? Where did it come from? Well, someone must have brought it here to open it. You think the killer brought it here? Maybe, but it also could be Eri. Where would Eri get the key from? That's what I would like to know. Will she tell us if she found it? Maybe she didn't have the time for it. Who knows? Wydaje mi się, że ona mogła ten klucz znaleźć w tym pudełku. W sensie tak, tym pudełku. Security camera. It's not any different from the others, right? Yeah, you have cameras like that installed on walls all over the mansion. So why is it important? I wonder. Something doesn't feel right. About the camera? No, about the fact that it's still here. I don't think I understand. See, everything else in this room has been destroyed. But the camera is completely intact. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't think so. The culprit wanted to ruin everything in this room, but they wanted the camera to keep working. Why was the camera so important to them? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing someone is watching us through these and they wanted to keep watching. That's creepy. Yeah. Is that blood? It certainly looks like it. It's a rather big stain, certainly not something caused by a pepper cut. But the body was brought from the garden into the corridor, right? Yeah, it would make no sense for the killer to bring it to this room first. Maybe the killer got hurt when they were destroying everything in this room. You think they'll be that careless? I mean, they're destroying shit, so I think they would be. I don't know, it seems weird. Problem is, if we don't even know whose blood it is. Yeah, knowing that would help a lot. However, I think I can pretty confidently say that this stain was made recently. So it wasn't made before the game by the mastermind. No, I think it was made tonight. So it must have something to do with the case, right? Probably, yeah. Blood and control on bullets. What's that? A filler. It was just lying here on the floor. There's Monokuma on it, maybe it's important. Maybe, let's see. Danganronpa, an amazing murder show. What? A bloody spectacle for the whole family, featuring the one and only Monokuma. Apply for the next season right now. Our email address is join@teamdanganronpa.com. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. Is Monokuma a game show mascot now? Who would want to watch a show with that bear in it? Certainly not me. I have an idea. Yes? I heard it here that some evil rich men are watching us kill each other, right? That's possible. So maybe it's a filler from them? Maybe, although I don't know if they would like to have physical evidence of a game like that. Must be highly illegal. I guess so. So what's the part about playing via email? I have no idea. Well, either way, it doesn't look like it has anything to do with Aries' death. Maybe you're right. Just a bunch of rubble. Nothing related to the murder? No, I don't think so. So that's all there is left of it. What was it? Looks like a control panel from Monokuma, but right now it's in pieces. I don't think we can repair something like that. Yes, not even Pascal and Haruo could do it. That sucks. Yeah, we've got so many hopes for this thing and now it's ruined. Damn that killer. I don't think we can do anything with it now. Right, let's move on. Broken panel. Hey Ryo. Hello Megumi, and you too Ayaka. You look strangely calm. I'm good at working under pressure, I guess. Or maybe I'm just good at hiding my emotions. Which is it then? I'm not sure myself. Also, I can't deny that I'm excited at the chance of finally catching the mastermind. Think it was the mastermind who did it? I'm not sure, but I hope so. Why? Because if it's really them, then by catching them we can end this game. Yeah, well, that would be the best case scenario. If it's not the mastermind, we will still be stuck in here. Exactly. Do you have any important information, Ryo? I was thinking about the Monokuma file. What's wrong with it? All of things, namely the lack of details. You mean like the cause of death? Yes, but also the time. Monokuma must have a reason for not giving us enough information. I think the mastermind told him to do this? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. Right, thanks for the information, Ryo. No problem. You have to check out the body. I will leave it to you if it's okay. Sure, you can watch from a safe distance. Oh boy, click on the element you want to investigate. She's got these shoes, baby. An ice pick covered in blood. You think it's the murder weapon? Well, we don't know the cause of death, but it certainly could be used to inflict that stab wound. This ice pick looks like a deadly weapon. Yeah, it's incredibly sharp, under half a centimeter in size. You can easily stab someone with it. It's sad how everyday items can be the most dangerous. I've read so many murder mystery novels that ice pigs for me have more in common with murder than they have with ice. That's kind of dark. Come with his profession, I guess. Where did this thing come from though? Kitchen, I think. Didn't Alucard talk about browsing through kitchen equipment during the barbecue party? Yeah, but it doesn't have to be related to this case. Really ice pick. There's a stab on Eri's chest. It looks terrible, so much blood. I wonder if it was the cause of death. What else could it have been? The fall in the garden could also be deadly. Well, in that case, someone would have to carry her in the dark. That's possible, I guess. Anyway, the wound is consistent with that was written on the file. A stab wound made by the sharp object. The width also fits the description. The weapon pierced her heart? I can't say without an autopsy, but it's very likely. It's located in the place where that could happen. I assume it's better to have your heart pierced instantly than slowly bleed out. Maybe, but I don't really want to have to compare that. You're right, sir. It's fine. Sadly, we can't do anything for her anymore. Poor Eri. Okay, czy nie mogę sprawdzić głowy? I think that's all we can do about the party. Okay, I trust you with that. Let's get to this mastermind and leave this place for good. We'll do everything we can do this. Good, I'll do my best to help. I already checked the corpse. A co ty masz do powiedzenia, typie? Hey, Alucard. I guess he's not in the mood for talking. You're right, I'm not. But I will do anything to catch that culprit. So if you have anything to ask, do so. Do you know anything about what happened? No, I just left my room in the morning when I heard the announcement and was summoned to the 5th floor. Sadly, I slept through everything that happened. I see. You're confident that it was the mastermind who did it, right? Yes, it must have been them. Because Eri was threatening them. You've heard her. She said she knew how to defeat the mastermind and end their game. She didn't give details because she was afraid the mastermind would hear. But I assume it had something to do with what we found in the archive. Like the puzzles she took? Yes, she had very high hopes for it. Maybe the mastermind really killed her because of that. But I suppose we won't know for sure before the trial. Eri promised to defeat the mastermind. She was killed, but I'm sure she left us some clues that will help us win. I hope so. I will not let her down. It's the last thing I can do for her. Okej, no to trzeba iść do ogródka jeszcze. Zgaduję. Bo raczej nigdzie indziej nie ma nic. A gun? Oh no. Here's the power switch. It turned off the lights on the entire floor. So that's what the killer used. Yes, they sneaked up behind us and pulled it without us noticing. It took us quite some time to find the switch and turn on the lights again. What's this below the switch? This? Oh, some goggles. Not just any goggles. They are night vision goggles. Googles. I think the killer left them here? Yeah, that would explain how they could move during the blackout. That makes sense. They must have found on the tool shack. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. You remember what happened during the blackout? Not much, it was pitch black after all. I know, all three of us spoke at the time. Yes, then someone pushed me. I thought it was Daichi, but he said it wasn't him. It wasn't me either. So it had to be the killer. They moved right in next to me. Damn, I could have caught them. It's not your fault. Maybe, but still. Night vision goggles are the truth bullet. Actions during the blackout are the truth bullets. A coś to Ayaka? Is there something with the grill? No, nothing has changed. Okay, let's look somewhere else. A bloodstain. That's where the body fell down, right? Yeah, but there's also a faint trail of blood leading to the exit. So the killer took the body that way. Yes, out of the garden into the hallway. And all in complete darkness. Yes, that's quite impressive. But because of that, we couldn't see anything. Well, if we saw the killer, this case would be over already. Well, if we saw the killer, this case would be over already. It's never that easy, is it? Moving the body out of the bullets. At least the memorial wasn't damaged. I'm happy to see it. It was close. So the fence is broken again. Yeah, since the body fell down on it, and right after you worked so hard to repair it. Doesn't matter, we have bigger problems now. Sorry, you're right. It's fine. I guess I was just annoyed because out of all the places in the garden it had to fall down exactly here. You think it was on purpose? Wydaje mi się, że może być on purpose. I don't know what else the killer achieved by that. I wonder. Well, I think we won't guess it now. Also about the fence, I repaired it using Pascal's toolbox. You can always use it again. Oh yes, you have that thing. That won't be necessary. It's the last trial. Either we leave this place for good or we all die. Right. There's a fucking gun. It's the rope that the body was suspended on. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. Yes, but then it goes down to the ground again. Why is that? See, the killer installed a clever mechanism here. The rope was stretched slightly above the ground, around the grass, so you couldn't see it when we came here. Then I tripped on the rope, which pulled it and activated the mechanism. A coś to Megumi zabiła. Zabójca, znaczy ten mastermind w cudzysłowie, czy w sumie tak, mastermind to mógł być, wyrobił Megumi w zabójstwo. Oh, so that's what caused the body to fall down, right? Yes, it's a sneaky trap that ensured that the body would come down and someone would see it. I get it, that's devious. It will make sense for the body to fall when no one was here. So that was the reason they called us here with that message in the dining room, so that we could come here and activate the trap. I see. The current message in there. A to wygląda jak pistolet, dobra, nieważne. Hey Daichi. Hey, I'm so tired of this. We all are. I thought Haru's sacrifice would be enough to end the killings, but sadly it wasn't. I feel like we failed him. It's not your fault. Yes, it's the killers, but we still could have done something, like solving the mystery of the mastermind area. Now we lost another person. This is the last one, though. Are you sure? If the killer is the mastermind, then either we end the game or I'll die. And if it's not the mastermind, well, I haven't thought of that. I see. Anyway, do you have any important information? I was wondering about Rio. Why Rio? He was on the 5th floor when the lights came back on. I met him when I was looking for the body. He said he found the same note as we did. It might be just that, but you never know for sure. You think he was the one who moved the body in the dark? I don't want to accuse him, I'm just thinking. After all, the announcement didn't play before he got here. Yes, since we didn't actually notice the body in the garden, it was only played when we found it in the hall. Może dlatego, że nie była jeszcze wtedy martwa. I see, I will keep your words in mind. Dajcie mi... No dobra. No dobra, no to schodzimy na dół. Może do kuchni jeszcze pójdziemy? Tak na wszelki. Ale w kuchni chyba nic nie ma. Łazienka. Oh, is this the puzzle that Eri took? Yeah, but it's different now. Oh, it opened. Było do przewidzenia. Yes, so we solved it after all. What a shame she never got to brag about it to us. Yeah. She didn't say anything about it after the grill party, so she must have solved it in the late evening or at night. Shortly before she was killed. Do you think this is connected to her death? I don't know, but look, the inside of the puzzle is empty. Shouldn't there be some kind of treasure? Yeah, I must have taken it out. But there wasn't anything like that with her. So maybe the killer took it from her. I think they killed her to get this item? Maybe, who knows? Open puzzle books. O nie, gdzie mam jeszcze iść? O nie, już dobra.
Okay everyone, the time is up. Enough investigating. I hope you didn't slack off or else you're gonna regret it soon. Now it's time for the trial. Please gather in the main hall in front of the elevator. I'll be waiting in the courtroom. Oop 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 oop.
For the last time we have to do it. Let's go. Hey Megumi, how's the investigation? Good, I hope. I can help a lot. I did? I did most of the investigating though. I couldn't have done it without you. I really appreciate your help. Thanks. I will do my best to help during the trial, as usual. You always do nothing. I have some thoughts that I want to share with you. Good, any help will be useful. I also want to contribute. I may not be as experienced in investigating as you two, but I assure you that my logical thinking is top class. Nah, you're a big dummy. I know. I will avenge the area, I promise. It's not about vengeance, it's about justice. And most importantly, about ending this sick game. Yeah, we've been trapped in here for long enough. We're all sick of this place by now. Sick of this game, this mansion, and of Monokuma. I don't want to do another trial. None of us do, but this time, this is the last one, right? I'm sure of that. Let's hope so. After this, I don't want to see this elevator ever again. In fact, I'm sick of elevators in general. So what, are you going to only use stairs after we leave? Maybe, it will help you to stay fit. You're an athlete, so you can do it, I guess. I'm too lazy for that. Hehe. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, that's enough waiting. As always, enter the elevator. It'll take you to the courtroom. There, the fate of all of you will be decided. Will you survive, or will it be the end of you all? Let's find out. Oop, boop, 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 boop.
I'm so nervous. We all are, but this is our big chance. After just trying to survive for so long, finally we are on the offensive. Yeah, let's corner the mastermind and leave them with no way out. We'll do it for Eri. Yeah, for her and for everyone who died so far. It's our time to shine, let's go. I was moved by everyone's enthusiasm. That was the light of hope that guided us forward. Was that the light of hope that guided us forward? What kind of truth will we find at the trial? Wherever it is, I will not face away from it. Oh boy. The elevator slowly descended, making a terrifying sound. I get chills just by looking at this place. The sound of the moving elevator feels like the last thing you will hear in your life. And hopefully this is our last trip down there, and soon it would end.
Hello, you all. Welcome to the courtroom. Did you miss our old elevator? Our old elevator? It's still my favorite one.
They're all the same though.
Nah, they all have a distinct feel that cannot be replicated. Just like my courtroom.
I hate this place.
Even now, after I went through all the effort to renovate it again, you guys just can't be satisfied.
Whatever, let's get this over with.
Oh, raring to go, right? So far you were always whining about doing the trial. Glad to see you're learning.
It's only because this will be the last trial.
You're so sure of that, huh?
Yes, we will expose the mastermind and end the game.
Oop, 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 oop. Good luck with that.
We're all experienced now. We are immune to your mind games. Yes, you will not intimidate us anymore.
The fighting spirits are through the roof, I see. I'm not complaining. This will make for a fantastic trial. Whether it be the last one, we shall see. I can certainly promise you it will be the last one for some of you.
Some of us?
Yeah, the ones who will fucking die. Ooh, boo, 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 boo.
Let's just ignore him. We want to begin, if that's possible.
Fine. Enough of this crap. Let's get this show on the road. You know what to do, right?
Oh boy, została szóstka. Hopefully for the last time we took our places, the same ones in the previous trials. Oh boy. Oh boy, zostaliśmy sami. Tylko pan piłkarzyk jest z lewej. Jakie chwilę muszę się przygotować psychicznie i fizycznie przez zjedzenie ciastko. Ah. We stood there in silence. No one said anything, but our hearts were beating loudly. For this moment, they were beating in us one. We were all united in the same wish to beat the mastermind of this horrible game. However, to do that, someone had to die. Just one more person, and we would be free. But first, we have to bet our own lives to do this. And then it began. A game of life and death. A mystery of life and death. The last trial of life and death. It's me, yes. A nie mogę zapisać, okej. Toolbox! Dlaczego toolbox jest istotny? Podejrzewam Ayaka albo Rio. Nikt inny mi nie pasuje do ten. Ale ja podejrzewam Ayaka albo Rio. Trial start.
Let's begin with the basic explanation of a trial.
Dobra, nie róbmy tego, nie chce mi się.
Everyone else will get unpunished and...
Dobra. Yes, we know all of this already. We've become painfully aware of your rules during our time here.
Still, I'm legally required to tell you all this. You know, so that no one can complain that they weren't told something later.
Fine, fine. Got anything else to tell us? Well, you should clarify the most important rule.
And that is...
The one about ending the game.
You're really obsessed with that, aren't you? Can't you just enjoy your time here?
No way.
Okay, if you have to. If I have to. So the rules say that if the killer is the mastermind and you expose them, they will also be executed like any other killer.
And then?
Then obviously the game will end.
And what about us?
I will be forced to remove you from this place for good. Which must suck for all of you who wanted to stay, right?
I don't think any of us wanted to stay.
Really? Not a single person?
No!
Even though we have a bathhouse, a karaoke room, a movie room, a gaming room, and what else?
You can find all of these things outside too.
Yeah, but you have to pay for them. Some of them are expensive too. This game is like a 5-star vacation and it's completely free.
It's not free if we pay with our lives, is it?
That's only if you're a loser. You are the cool ones. You survived so far.
Don't call the ones who died losers.
But they lost the game, right? Oh no, I just did it too.
Man, it's not 2008 anymore. Get some new jokes.
It's better than the ones your comedian friend had. Your comedian friend, just shut the hell up. Fine. So, are we all clear about the rules?
I think so.
Great, then begin.
Okay, may I start? Sure. Let's list all basic facts about this case. The victim was Eri. She died at some time during the night or in the morning. Poor Eri. We first saw her when she fell from the ceiling in the indoor garden. She has been tied to the ceiling using a rope. That was screwed up. Then the lights went out and the body disappeared. She must have been taken by the killer. Yes, it's extremely unlikely that she would still be able to move at that point. Eventually we'll find the body in front of the Monokuma control room. The control room has been opened with a key, but the inside was completely destroyed. We don't even know the time of or the cause of death for now. Yes, so we have a lot to discuss. Okay, everyone, tell us your ideas. Make your argument. Eri must have been killed by the mastermind, right? Continue. We still have no definitive proof of that. Continue. We also have no idea about the cause of death. Continue. It's obvious she must have died because of the fall. Object. Counter. No, we can't be certain of that. Why not? Because of the stab wound on Eri's chest. It looked very much like a fatal wound. So I'm sure it could just as well be the cause of her death. Okay, but she fell down from the ceiling before that, right? So even if she was stabbed later, she should have already been dead. That doesn't feel right. You mean you don't know why the killer would stab a corpse? Yes, it seems weird. Maybe they did it to confuse us. You must have realized by now that this entire murder is needlessly complicated. Yes, it is. The killer would have just stabbed Eri and that would have been it. But instead they devised the entire multi-level step-up. Are they toying with us? Maybe. Are they toying with us? That's possible. They may also just try to make this as hard as solve as possible. Well, I'm not sure it works that way. What do you mean? We've seen before that committing a more complicated crime to confuse the investigators isn't always the best move. After all, we caught all the killers so far. Yes, if you simply kill a person, you only leave so much evidence, but if you do several other things to complicate the case, you risk leaving more and more clues for the investigators. So what you're hoping to do is use the killer's complicated plan against them. Yes, exactly. Anyway, regarding the death of Eri, we didn't discuss another possibility, that the wound was made before the fall. So we're saying the killer stabbed her to death and then tied the corpse to the ceiling? Yes. But why would you do it to a corpse and then move it once again after we found it? We didn't discuss that they did it to confuse us. I think the one thing we should agree on is that both the stab wound and the fall would be deadly on their own. But what does it mean for us? It means that whichever happened first was the true cause of death. Ah, I see. So it's certain that she was dead when she was moved. I was wondering about moving the body too. Właśnie, coś mi nie zgadza się z tym. Continue, they moved around us and pushed me while walking. O, wait, czekaj, nie to. That part is simple. We were able to move because of this. What's that? It's night vision goggles that we found. Found? Where? On the floor, near the light switch that the killer used. Interesting. Where would they take such a thing from? Probably the tool shack. There were a ton of different things there. Yes, and they already featured in several of our cases. Like the bonus knives or the fishing line. This place is the bane of our existence. Sadly, we have to deal with that. Anyway, this more than enough explains how the killer was able to move in the dark. Right, that way they would maneuver around us all and take the body without trouble. They weren't risking bumping into a wall or anything clever. And then they just left the goggles there so that you wouldn't find them on their body. Yeah, that would have been pretty damning. I suppose they were also lucky that they managed to finish before we turned the lights on. The garden was rather large, and I didn't exactly remember where the switch was, so it took me a moment. If only I was faster. It's not your fault, Megumi. Anyway, we managed to find out how the body was moved, but I still don't know who exactly did it. Make your argument. So you have zero clues about the culprit's identity. Continue. It's probably the mastermind who did it. Continue. Are we sure? What if it was just a regular person? Continue. If someone is trying to frame the mastermind? Continue. How would you frame them if we don't even know who they are? Agree? I mean, czekaj, nie? No jak to nie? Ha, ale to nie robi sensu. I think Drew is probably right. Thanks. So you agree that it was the mastermind who did? Nie. Nie. That sounds good, but what do we have to do besides our hunch? Well, I was thinking about Monokuma file and what Ryo said about it. Yes, it's very concerning. That's because you are the fucking mastermind, you bitch. What's wrong with the file? There's so much stuff in that isn't in there. You mean like the time of death? As well as the cause of death? Yes, those two are the most important things about every murder, but they are absolutely essential for an investigation. So a question arises, why did Monokuma not tell us that? To make it more interesting? I guess he did withhold one detail in the Sayori case too. Yes, but this time there's much more. It cannot be a coincidence. Exactly, so my theory is that Monokuma is doing this to cover for someone. Someone? Where there's only one person that Monokuma would help, right? Yes, and that is the mastermind. Exactly. You can very much imagine that the mastermind ordered Monokuma to only include some details in the file. They can do that much? Well, I would imagine that the mastermind would have absolute control over everything that happens during the game. That would include Monokuma. It's hard to imagine this annoying fool of himself Monokuma just politely listening to someone's request.
Hey, excuse me! I'm actually a very nice bear, I just don't listen to you guys.
So you do confirm that you listened to the request from this case killer while preparing the file?
No comment. I refuse to answer this question, I am not helping you to solve this case.
Well, that is pretty telling. Yeah, if it wasn't the case, Monokuma would probably just deny it. So we can assume that Monokuma hid several details of the crime to protect the mastermind? To jest głupie strasznie. That wouldn't work. O, czy ja? A, nie, animacja. Okay. Yes, and by extension we can be pretty much sure that the killer and the mastermind are the same person. That is a big thing. No, it's not. It's not at all. I've been telling you this from the beginning. Yes, but we needed to rationally deduce it, to be sure. That's how it works. Oh, gówno się znają. W tupie by gówno widzieli. Muszę odpisać ludziom. So that most likely proves that this is indeed the final trial. No, it's not. It's just the chapter. It will decide what happens to all of us. Be stressful. Okay, let's discuss it some more and be sure we got it right. Make your argument. So we are pretty sure that it was the mastermind who did it. Continue. Especially since we weren't given any motive this time. Continue. But there was also no reason for the mastermind to begin to act right now. Continue. We don't know everything about the mastermind's plan, though. Continue. But if they also wanted to end the game now, continue. Ares' promise. That's not true, Ayaka. Oh, did I say something wrong? Mastermind very much had a reason to act now, and not before. You mean Ares' actions? Yes, she was a direct threat for the Mastermind. In what way? They promised to take down the Mastermind. She had an idea how to do it. So the Mastermind felt threatened by her. Indeed, and because of that, they decided to stop her the only way they knew. By murdering her. What exactly was Erin trying to do? We're not sure yet. Looking at where she was, we may assume that she tried to realize her planned night. Looking at where she was, yes, she was outside her room at night. Why was that? She must have had something important to do. Exactly, otherwise she wouldn't leave the safety of her room and risk being attacked. That's true, she knew about the risks. But what exactly was she trying to do? Looking at the place where we found her, I would say something involving the Monokuma control room. Most likely she wanted to go there, but the Mastermind found her. I wonder how did the Mastermind even know that she was there? Oh, I think I know. Monokuma must have told them. Monokuma, is that true?
I told you, I'm not telling you anything.
I doubt that you will get any useful information from him. Isn't Monokuma supposed to be fair? That seems like you're breaking the rules. What do you mean? Well, I'm guessing that when the Mastermind felt threatened, they choose to bend some rules slightly. If no one sees it, it's like it never happened. I hate people like this, it's basically cheating. So Eri went to the 5th floor at night so that the Mastermind wouldn't notice, but because of that, she ended up dead. Yes, it's a sad irony. Eri probably thought that if she goes at night, the Mastermind would not be able to see her. But in reality, because she did it at night, there were no witnesses and the Mastermind was free to murder her. That was easy to figure out if only she gave it a bit more thought. True, I wouldn't do that if I were her, but I understand her reasoning. She might have also thought that she had to do something as soon as possible, finish the game before the next murder happens. But she ended up becoming the next murder victim herself. It's no use to pity her now. We need to avenge her death. Alright, let's discuss what we know some more. Dajcie mi chwilę, zobaczcie, w ogóle się to nagrywa dobrze. Nagrywa, dobra. The Mastermind used Monokuma to help them commit murder. Must have done everything in their power to stop us. Continue. Maybe they left some false clues. Continue. It sounds like they did something to sabotage the investigation continue. That mastermind is an asshole, really. Aha, to fajnie. O, dobra. No food, they did. You mean with Monokuma file? That too, but that's not the most important part. I'm assuming you're talking about the control room itself. Yes, have you all seen the room? It looks like a hurricane came through it. Oh yeah, that's true. But wasn't this done just to prevent us from using the control panel? If that was the case, only the control panel would be destroyed. The killer clearly wanted to ruin the entire room. Yeah, but why? To mess with our investigation, I guess. Yes, there may have been more clues in that place that could help us. Something was related to murder. Or maybe something that could help us solve the mysteries of this game and the mastermind. There were empty shelves in that room. They seem to have been emptied recently. Remember the lock, the archive? We found shelves with a lot of interesting files there. So this place could have been more important than stuff inside. Stuff that could help us identify the mastermind. Or to learn more about this game that we should know. And that's why the killer removed all kinds of evidence from this room. He did it in a rather messy way though. There's one thing I don't understand though. Yes? The key was still on the door when we arrived there, right? That's true. So why couldn't they just lock the door and hide the key? We would never be able to open the door after that. Right, we wouldn't find the files or use the control room. That is indeed puzzling. Does anyone have an idea for why the killer didn't lock the door? I was about to say that they didn't see the key, but that's pretty dumb, I think. I've got nothing for now. Well, I guess we will come back to this in a moment then. I think the more important question is who did it, and why. Right. Chyba to nie jest absolutnie dobry pomysł, ale hey Rio. Yes? I think there's one way, even though it's not perfect. Anything will help. I thought of what happened while it was dark. See, Daichi, Ayaka and I were all in the garden. Yeah, that was when we found the body. When it got dark, we all spoke at least once. So, question, which people are suspicious? 1 HP recovered. I think it's most likely that it wasn't one of us then. So you would assume that none of you could take the body and leave the room, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I don't think it's 100% certain, but it's a starting point, I suppose. It's like I was pushed by someone in the dark, and neither me nor Daichi did it. Which would mean there was fourth person there, most likely the killer. Unless one of you lied that they didn't touch Ayaka, well, that is also possible. Albo to jest w ogóle Ayaka. Okay, let's say we can now focus on the others. That is me, Alucard, and Fu. We're not completely rolling out the other three as a suspect though. Right, so what were you three doing at the time? I found a note in the dining room and went upstairs. I reached the third floor, then the lights already came back up. I see, and the other two? I was in my room, I left it right before the announcement. Same with me, the announcement woke me up. So none of you have anyone that could confirm they saw them. That's true, I guess. And I assume all three of us are still suspicious. Okay then, let's discuss the case from a different angle. There's something else I was wondering about. And that is the place where Eri was stabbed. We have no idea where exactly she was stabbed, continue. She may have been stabbed where we found her body, continue. Or in the garden before she was suspended in the air, continue. Or maybe in an entirely different place, continue. It doesn't matter if she was killed by the fall. Jest ten problem, że... To raczej nie. Albo nie. Yes, Alucard, I think you might be correct. Of course I am. Shut the fuck up. Eri wasn't stabbed where we found her, but she wasn't stabbed in the garden either. Then where was it? It happened earlier, in a different place. More precisely inside of the control room. Why do you think that's so? There was blood stain in the control room. The blood was not moved through there. The body was not moved through there in the morning, so it must have appeared there before. So you're saying that that's where the crime happened and everything else was just a setup. That's right. So she was killed inside of that room. Yes, I think Eri actually went inside the control room. And then the mastermind attacked her and stabbed her. They pierced her heart, killing her instantly. Man, that's brutal. At least she didn't suffer long. This makes this entire case even more complicated. We have like 3 places connected to the crime scene now. Yes, it's pretty messed up. The mastermind has done a lot to make this harder for us. Okay, but wait, something still doesn't add up. Yes? I think the murder might have happened in the hallway. Continue. We deduced that Eri entered the Monokuma control room. Continue. Yes, but it's impossible. The door was locked. Continue. Maybe the mastermind opened the door first. Continue. Or our deduction so far has been wrong. Continue. This one is simple. Eri managed to open the door. This one is simple. Eri managed to open the door. This one is simple. Ah, got me cute little face. How? With this key, of course. We found it in the door's keyhole. The door was very clearly open this time. So, the door was very clearly open with this. Why are we even discussing that? I'm not blind, I saw the key. I just assumed that the mastermind opened the door after the murder. That wouldn't make sense, considering that blood still inside. Right. Eri must have entered this room while she was still alive. And I don't think the mastermind would have opened the door for her. Therefore, the most logical explanation is that she opened the door herself. Also, why would the mastermind trash the room if it was locked anyway? I see, they did it because it was already open. But why didn't they just lock it again? I think I know. The room where the murder happened was permanently locked. For us, we wouldn't have the fair chance to investigate. So it would have to break the rules of the game. We have the right for the proper investigation. Isn't that right, Monokuma? Of course! Yeah, it's okay. Of course! I wouldn't allow anyone to block you from entering the crime scene. So Monokuma basically confirms that this is the murder scene. I guess we already knew that. Okay, but how did Eri even get that key? We didn't have it when we last met. I think I have an idea. Question, how did Eri get the key? Toolbox! Hell yeah! Open puzzle! 1 HP recovered. Look what we found in Eri's room. Was the puzzles we found in the archive? Yes, but it's open now. So what was inside? When we found it, nothing. Boo. But there must have been something there before. And you think it was that key? Yes, it would make the most sense. The size fits, and if Eri solved the puzzle at night and found it, it would explain why she went to control room immediately. That makes sense. So I guess we know exactly how the crime happened now, right? I need to review it. Where did the killer catch Eri? In the control room. Correct. What did the killer do with the body after the murder? Tied it to the ceiling. Correct. What did the killer do after we found the body? Tied it again, hit it, moved it. Right, moved it. Correct. Congratulations, summary. Yes, I think we've got it all figured out. Killer first attacked Eri in the control room and stabbed her in the heart. Then they tied the dead body to the ceiling in the garden. And then in the morning moved it to the hallway. Seems like we avoid the worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario? If the death was caused by the fall. Why would that be so bad? Oh, I think I know what you mean. I will explain anyway. See, the culprit for each case is not the person who came up with the kill. It's the one ultimately responsible for the death. And here the fall was caused by by stripping over the rope left by the mastermind. By me, to be precise. So if the fall caused the death, Megumi would be the culprit and we would have to vote to execute her. I'm glad that's not the case. Especially since the mastermind would avoid any responsibility. So why didn't the mastermind do it that way? What do you mean? Why didn't they just incapacitate Eri and leave her hanging there? Then Megumi would be the killer. I can only assume that the killer was acting quickly in order to simply stop Eri as fast as possible. Everything else was the hanging, the blackout, trashing the room they came up with after the kill. That would make the most sense. The plan still was pretty devious. If we were to confuse that we were unsure about because of death, we might have even voted for Megumi. So that's why Monokuma didn't include the cause of death in the file. It seems like the mastermind underestimated our investigating skills in that end. Which seems careless considering they saw us solving several cases already. Yeah, go us! The problem is, all these deductions still haven't told us anything about the identity of the killer. We must be getting closer though. We have an idea for what we should discuss next then. Oh? It's something we usually cover first, but here we avoided this topic because we weren't sure of the cause of death. The murder weapon. Well, that's pretty simple, isn't it? My weapon was obviously the ice pick. Continue. It was laying next to the body, right? Continue. There was nothing else like that at the scene. Continue. The wound type also matched to this weapon. Continue. Why are we even discussing this? Continue. Huh. Czy można zabić kogoś kluczem? Okej. Hmm. Okej, jednak nie. Może jednak obóz the ice pick? Nie. Okay, jak widać nie, maczował. No, that's not exactly right. Why? Simonaka file omitted many details in this time around, but there was one that it did include. That is the side of the wound. Its size? Yes, the wound had a diameter of around 1 centimeter, but the ice pick was smaller than that. Yes. Ah, yes, you're right. Yes, it only had a diameter of less than half a centimeter. Not large enough to leave a wound like that. It is weird indeed. Why doesn't it fit? I'm not sure yet, but I feel like the detail can lead us to the killer. What's wrong with this murder weapon? Is this another trap laid by the mastermind? We're so close, I can feel it. Just a bit more and we can leave this place. But first we need to unmask someone as the mastermind. Are we ready for that? I need to push on. Reach the halfway point in trial. Okay. Tak, zapisujemy, Boże, jeszcze starałem, prawie przegrałem ten trial. Okay then, let's discuss this weapon some more. Która jest godzina? 21:20, okej, dobra. Szybko to skończymy i lecę ogarniać się. Oh boy. Tak, położę się spać i położę się spać. Maybe it was the ice pick, but she was stabbed several times so that the wound was bigger. Or maybe the killer moved the weapon around while it was in the body. Ouch, that sounds painful. Ouch, that sounds painful. It wouldn't hurt you when you're dead. No, that wound was made by a single stab. I've seen some stab wounds in my life. Detectives are scary. Okay, but it doesn't make sense. Then the ice pick was at the scene of the crime. About that, yeah? There's something else that doesn't fit here. What is it? Let's think about the crime scene again. What's wrong about the crimson after fine? Crimson after smile for fine. Bloody ice pick. Coś jest nie tak z nim chyba. The ice pick itself? Yes. What's wrong about it? I mean the place where it was found. It was just laying there next to the body, right? Yes, and that's what is weird. If Ari was stabbed with it, shouldn't the weapon be inserted in her chest? And that is your problem? This is obvious. The weapon simply fell out of the wound after the kill. Okay, then tell me, when did it fall out? Because if it fell out after the stab, you would find it inside the control room, right? Yes, that's where the bloodstain was. And if it fell out of the body, was dropped from the scene, where would it be? In the garden, obviously, right? Yes, but instead of those two places, we found it next to the body, in the hallway. Please don't tell me that you now think that the weapon fell out of there. That isn't impossible. So the ice pick stayed inside the wound throughout the stabbing, raising, dropping and moving the body, but it fell out just as the killer left it? I don't buy it. Yeah, that sounds highly unlikely. I suppose you're right, but what does it mean? That the ice pick wasn't really the murder weapon. So what was it doing there? I'm pretty sure that when we were checking the door to the control room, there was no ice pick on the ground there. No, it must have been taken from the kitchen probably tonight. Do we know whether the ice pick from the kitchen was still there yesterday? I don't think any of us checked all the kitchen equipment just for now. Yeah, that's probably wouldn't happen. So it was in the kitchen at some point, and now it's not there. So why was it moved? If it wasn't to stab Ellie with it, what that is? I'm assuming that it's just another trap played by the mastermind. By the mastermind? Why? Are you trying to confuse us about every detail of the crime? Not every single detail, but the ones that are important, sure. And you think this is an important detail? Actually, I'm thinking that it may be the most important one of all. Oh! Why is that? See, the killer did some effort to make us think about that ice pick. They took it from the kitchen, moved it to the 5th floor, and then laid it there next to the bloody body after moving it in the dark. That's how it looks, at least. And now, the ice pick is laying there in plain sight, simply screaming, "Hey, I'm the murder weapon!" I don't want my kitchen equipment to talk, though. When I forced aside, if we were supposed to look at it, and immediately decide that regardless of the actual cause of death, that stab wound was made by this. Yes, we didn't really question it until now. The only better way would be to put the pick in the wound, but that would actually give it away. Why? Because you would quickly notice that the pick is too small for that wound. With our investigating skills, I doubt we would miss that detail. Exactly, that is why the ice pick had to be left outside. Fortunately, we were able to compare its size when it is the size of the wound. We were lucky that you noticed that, otherwise you would be fooled. Yeah, fooled, and then what? What would the killer achieve by that? See, what I'm thinking is... this was supposed to divert our attention away. Away from what? From the real murder weapon, obviously. Yes. But there were no other weapons at the scene of the crime, right? Yeah, not in the control room, not in the garden. And there was nothing next to the body either. It doesn't matter. Huh? It didn't just divert our attention away from any items at the crime scene. It also diverted our thoughts from even imagining the murder weapon at all. Imagining it, I don't get it. I really don't like where this is going, but I have to follow this lead. I need to see where it goes. The point is, just by looking at the wound, we could imagine the weapon. Something other than the ice pick, right? Yes, and if we imagine that, it would be very bad for the killer. I can't stop it here. Let's do this. The weapon must be able to create a stab wound, with the same shape as the ice pick, but slightly bigger. The weapon that I imagined was... the weapon would be... Kurde. Screwdriver. O mój Boże, to mi zajmie godzinę. Screwdriver, to ma sens. Tam jest W. Wracaj tu. I to znaczy ta Ayaka. No chodź tu. Screwdriver. Got it. Right, a screwdriver. Screwdriver makes sense. It's a weapon similar to the ice pick, but with a slightly bigger diameter. I suppose it's sharp enough to be able to stab someone in the heart. Right, if you were properly stabbed with a screwdriver, you would die for sure. So we agree that the screwdriver is a potential weapon. But aren't there other possible items that could work like this? What items though? I don't know, I'm just thinking. Weren't there any iron skewers in the kitchen? No, only cheap wooden ones for one-time use. You wouldn't be able to stab someone properly with something like this. Exactly, so there are no other items that fit. So what does that mean? Well, the killer went to great lengths to make us think the weapon was the ice pick and not the screwdriver, right? To akurat jest smart, to akurat muszę przyznać, że to jest akurat ciekawy point w tym... ja akurat nie zauważyłem tego w Monokuma Files, że ta rana nie pasuje, ale w sumie nie mogłem tego się bardziej domyślić, bo nie wiem w sumie jak głęboka rana robi ice pick. Ale to akurat muszę tutaj okejkę dać, że ej, to jest akurat good point, jakby zrobić trial, że żeby jakby nie było możliwe do rozwiązania przed samym trialem do rozwiązania, bo jakby informacja zostanie dopiero na trialu, ale też jakby żeby było ciekawie i żeby to nie było tak, że z dupy wychodzą jakieś informacje, których nie było wcześniej. Tylko jakby robi to sens. Podoba mi się to. Ayaka, jesteś... You're fucked and I love it that you're fucked. Nie znoszę jej. Yes, so that must mean that it would be bad for the killer if we knew that it was the screwdriver. And the reason for that is that there's one particular person who could have done it using the screwdriver. Really? Just one? Yes, thanks to some circumstances that I will discuss later, I don't think it would have been anyone else. Okay, stop teasing, tell us, who did it? I really want to say it, but I have to. It's up to this person to explain themselves. Well, the one person who could use the screwdriver was... You're screwed, you're fucked, you're screwed, you're screwed. Got it! Ayaka, I'm so sorry, but it's you. Oh? What? What? Ayaka, I find it hard to believe. What do you mean, Ayaka? That's impossible. It's true that it's hard for me to imagine Ayaka killing someone. Megumi, why are you saying this? Remember that we are not just talking about the killer here, but the mastermind as well. You already deduced that the killer in this case is a mastermind, right? Yes. So you're saying that the fragile girl is the brain behind the killing game. Absurd. I know how it sounds, but please listen to me. Like your argument. I could never do something like that! Continue. There's nothing hinting that Ayaka could be the mastermind. Continue. Her personality doesn't fit this at all. Continue. Ayaka was with you when the body was moved, right? Continue. Also, she was just as likely to have a screwdriver as everyone else. Yeah, object. toolbox. I'm sorry everyone, but I can't just ignore the obvious. What do you mean? We all know how Ayaka is the one who couldn't use the screwdriver, right? No, we don't. The toolbox, remember? Right, it used to belong to Pascal, but now Ayaka has taken it. Well, I suppose so. It's true, she didn't inherit his toolbox after he died. Yes, I did obtain his toolbox, but I never actually used it. Ayaka, please. This is so untrue. It's disrespectful. Why? Why? Well, question. What proves that Ayaka used the toolbox? A, dlatego była ta... Okej, odchodziło z tym. Yeah, I could have... Yeah. Musiałem zapalić światło. Pararara, 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 pararara. Repaired fence. Remember the fence in the garden? The one that got broken when the body fell down. Ej, czekaj, właśnie coś zauważyłem. Jak teraz Ayaka umrze, to zostaną tylko dwie dziewczyny. I tylko dziewczyny umierają podczas swoich triali. A nie, czekaj, nie, jest jeden, nieważne, jeden... Tylko Sayuri umarła z rąk mężczyzny. Już inne kobiety umarły z rąk kobiet. Funny how that works. Yes, the same. It could only be broken because it has been repaired before. Right, since it was broken when we first saw it. Yes, and who was the one who repaired it? It was Ayaka, I think. Yes, but... And what did she use to repair it? The toolbox, of course. Yes, the exact same toolbox that we've been talking about this whole time. The one that Ayaka most got from Pascal. The very same, so it proves that Ayaka did in fact use the toolbox. Do you deny it, Ayaka? No, I did use it to repair the fence, but nothing more. Megumi, don't you think that maybe someone took a screwdriver from Ayaka's toolbox? How? It was in her room the entire time. She said it herself. And somebody came there, and the rooms are always locked when we are not in there. And the locks themselves are unpickable. It is impossible to break into a room without its owner permission unless they're dead. But... Listen everyone, I really don't want to suspect Ayaka. I really want to suspect Ayaka. But I can't look away from the clues that clearly point at her. A dobrze mówiłem, że albo Rio, albo Ayaka. Ja bardziej spodziewałem, że Ayaka umrze, ale dobra. Ayaka za długo żyła z nami. Już musi umrzeć. If you all want to defend her, then please show me the evidence. Don't just throw half-hearted excuses that are easy to dismiss. Okay, Megumi, then please listen to this. What if someone used a screwdriver different from the ones from my toolbox? Yeah, what then? That's really desperate. I'm sorry, but that's impossible. Why? There are two places where we found screwdrivers so far. The tool shack and the secret area, right? Yes. First, let's discuss the tool shack, where there were many screwdrivers there, true, but Pascal actually collected them all. He did? Yes, he put them in this very toolbox, along with all the other tools he found there. So, sorry, but this is a dead end. And what about the secret area? True, there were screwdrivers there, but did anyone take any of them to the trial? I don't think so, why? Because right after the trial we moved back to the main area. We didn't return to the secret area. And since then it has been locked once again. So unless someone took a screwdriver to the trial and then took it out, then no, they could not have used it now. Oh. Then what if they did? What if they just... Then what if they did? What if they just hid it in their pockets? How would they? Did they plan the next murder while the previous one wasn't even solved? Even though there were no more useful weapons, the weapons were clearly used hastily to stop Eri from using the control room. That's why it was a screwdriver and not a proper knife. Hey, but that does... What about what happened in the dark? We heard Ayaka speak, right? Yes, she spoke as she was moving the body before leaving the garden. That would create an alibi. And to confuse us even more, she lied that she was pushed by someone other than us. When in fact, no one ever touched her. Megumi! Yes? Why are you so cruel? Huh? I didn't do it! I tried so hard to change for the better. Help me so much. I looked up to you. I know, that's why this is so hard for me. Megumi, please stop this. Megumi, don't bully her. I'm not... this isn't good. I can't get to her. I have to break to her words and fast. Duel! I looked up to you. I thought you were my friend. How could you suspect me of something like this? Inside the puzzle, Eri found a key. The mastermind found out about Eri's plan through cameras. The killer quickly grabbed a screwdriver. They took the weapon from the toolbox. The tools were earlier used to repair the fence. No, that's not it. Oh nie, czekaj. A key, Monokuma, a screwdriver, a toolbox, fence. I was your friend. You think this is easy for me? If anything, it was you who betrayed my trust. I'm not the mastermind, I'm not! You really think I came up with this insane killing game? The toolbox was left after the death by Pascal. The killer found Eri in the control room. Eri was killed by stabbing. The killer trashed the control room. The body was tied to the ceiling. We clearly deduced the killer in this case was the mastermind. So if you can prove that you were the killer, you have to be them too. You don't have any proof, nothing! It could have been anyone else. The trap rope was stripped by Megumi. The killer turned off the lights. The killer moved in the dark thanks to echolocation, night vision goggles. The body was moved to the hallway. The fake weapon left in that scene was ice pick. Kubit gave us the fake weapon so that we would know the screwdrivers, and the only one we could use the screwdrivers was you. 1 HP recovered. So this is it. I'm sorry, but I'm not looking away from the truth. You're right, Megumi, you're braver than us. Braver than us, Marines. Ale w końcu się pozbędziemy Ayaki, zostaną w sumie nudne postaci. I nie szanuję z tych wszystkich w sumie. You all had the strength to go on while we were scared. Yeah, but Ayaka? Really? How is that possible? Sometimes the most innocent looking ones are the most devious inside. Everyone, I'm sorry Ayaka, but this is how this has to be. Megumi, yes? I'm not happy about it, but I commend your strength. Now you know what you have to do. Yes, I know. As much as I hated to do it, I've come so far, so I won't stop now. It's time to summarize this final case and end this game for real, without any lingering doubts. This is it. The case started when Eri solved the puzzle that was found yesterday. Inside was the key to the control room. Without waiting for the night to end, she quickly left for the 5th floor. Nukuma noticed her and warned the mastermind right away. Mastermind grabbed the only weapon that was near them, the screwdriver. They took it from the toolbox in the room. Eri made her way to the control room and opened it with the key. The mastermind was there right behind her. They also entered the room. Danganronpa. O, trochę mi to ciało. Już 1,5 godziny trwa, dobra, teraz The chest. The stab pierced Ari's heart, killing her instantly. Since the culprit couldn't lock the room, they trashed it instead, destroying the control room. Then they took the dead body to the garden. That's not how it works. And then tied the body with a simple rope. Next, they suspended the body in the air right below the ceiling. To lure us to the garden, they left a message in the kitchen. No, that's not it. Wait, lure? A dining room. Nieważne. Later, I found the message in the morning. We met the culprit and went with them upstairs to the garden. I tripped on the rope, activating the trap. This caused the body to fall down. The culprit then confused us by turning off the lights. They used the main light switch on the wall. They were able to move in the dark thanks to the night vision goggles. They spoke to us, so we would think that they were next to us the entire time. Claire then grabbed the body and moved it from the garden. Left it next to the wall, close to the control room. And to confuse us even more, they left an ice pick next to the body. Then, quickly, before we could turn on the lights, they returned to the garden. And that person who did all that was you, Ayaka. Blah blah. 1 HP recovered. And that is it. And this is it. The entire case from start to finish. Damn. I still find it so hard to believe. Me too, but the evidence makes it rather clear. Who would have thought? I'm sorry, Ayaka, but this is the truth about that I found. I will not look away from it. Now I have to ask you for one last favor. Can you please come clean? Can you admit whether you are the killer and the mastermind? Ayaka. Don't push her. No, do push her. We need that confession. But okay. I think it's time. Yes. It's time I finally show up. Huh? Oh boy. You got that goddamn right, Miss Detective. What? Ayaka? Yeah, it is I, Ayaka, blah blah blah. Also known as the mastermind of this silly little game. Ayaka, blah blah blah, the mastermind. So you admit that it was you? Oh. So you admit that it was you? Of course I do! No point in hiding it any longer. What's with the sudden tone change? Oh well, I just wanted to let everything out for once. Ayaka, then what about all the time we spent together? What about the things we spoke about? Was it all a lie? A lie? Oh no, you misunderstand. It was all completely genuine, for the other me, of course. Oh, there you? Yes, the other Ayaka, the one that you met. She was very happy to spend time with you and really tried to change for the better. Or, oh, what a poor little soul. Well, I don't play like that. So what? Is this like split personality or something? Split personality? Split personality, but that's like the most overplayed cliche there is. Still, it would explain many things, like the difference between the Ayaka we know and the Mastermind.
Who cares if it's overplayed when it still works even after all these years?
Good writing is an art of playing with tropes, you know? Good writing? What do you mean by that? Does she think she's a character in a play or something? Maybe it's the narration thing, like with Sayori. Ah, yes, you still don't understand. Very well, I will enlighten you. That can come later. For now, we should vote. Yeah, to end this trial for good. What? You're planning to vote for me as the killer? Well, you are the killer, right? And you want to execute me? You certainly deserve it. The rules said that the mastermind can be tried and executed, and if they are, you get to leave the game. Oh, sure, the rules say you can do it, but I say you can't. I knew it was too easy. She's trying to threaten us, but we won't give it in. I know what will work. Rio, use the gun we found. What? Right, the gun. Oh, about that, I'm sorry. What? I didn't bring it with me to the trial. It's silly. It's still in my room. What on earth? So in one moment when we could need it, you choose to leave it behind? Yeah, my bad. This is the silliest, actually. Yeah, my bad. You're bad. Our lives are on the line here. Can you shut the hell up for a second? I'm trying to speak. I don't want to physically intimidate you to prevent you from voting for me. I simply want to talk. Talk? Yes, I will give you the answers that you've been seeking for so long. And when I'm done, you will be so full of despair that you will vote for yourselves to be executed. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty certain. Well then, let's begin. Make your argument. What? What do you think is the nature of this game? Continue. Isn't it like a mafia thing with betting on who survives? Continue. Maybe we've been kidnapped by foreign drug cartel. Continue. It could be just a TV show or something. Continue. No, it seems like something devised by an evil sociopath. Continue. Or maybe we've been abducted by aliens. Haven't thought of that, huh? Continue. Yes, now I get it. It is a TV show. That's what the filler was for. Oh, so you found it. Oh, so you found it. Oh, so you found it. A bloody spectacle of for the whole family. I applied for the next season now. It's it. Wracamy. It's a TV show. So that's why there are so many cameras.
Yeah, even when I was trashing that room, I made sure not to touch the camera. Can't ruin the view for all the fans.
You're in a TV show?
Exactly, the most popular show on earth. Finest killing entertainment there is. And it's called
Danganronpa.
Exactly. You stole my line.
They're actually supposed to say Danganronpa in that weird robotic voice, but it's okay for the first timer. Oh.
You're actually supposed to say Danganronpa in that weird robotic voice, but it's okay for the first timer.
That is impossible. No one would allow that. What about society, the police, the government?
Society loves that kind of stuff. It's their favorite cheap entertainment.
And the authorities? In the capitalist world, whoever has the money makes the capitalist world, whoever has the money makes the rules.
You'll be shocked how much middle-sized bribes can I get you.
That's all it takes?
Yes, the government actually updated the murder laws for this show. It's now in a separate legal category. It's so-called murder entertainment. Fascinating, isn't it?
It sounds like some kind of sci-fi dystopia.
But it's all true. That's how Danganronpa works.
And it's been working this way for the 54 seasons now. No tak, Kaede, hey. Hey Kaede. And what's your role in all of this?
Oh, me? I'm the high-level employee at the Team Danganronpa, the company behind the show. I'm actually one of the main writers, and I've been assigned as director of the 54th season.
So why are you here? Shouldn't you be behind the camera?
I prefer a more hands-on approach. That's why I put myself in the middle of the action as the mastermind.
And you came up with all this entire game?
Yeah, I invented this place, the motives, and so on. I also give orders to Monokuma.
Seriously?
Maybe it will be easier for you if I demonstrate. Hey Monokuma!
What's up?
What?
Ah, czekaj.
What's up?
Command entry mode. Do a little dance for us.
Understood.
Monokuma stands up and starts breakdancing. To zbawiła za bardzo.
Done.
Właśnie chcę mi się robić Monokuma voice.
See, he listens to everything I say.
So she's actually for real. The mastermind.
Anyway, where was I?
Yes, I was the director and the writer for this season. I came up with all of the ideas.
I even came up with the title.
The title?
Yeah,
It's the 54th season. I name it Live or Die. Oh, I could leave, aha. Ah, Live or Die, okay. Yes, actually. The live is in the capital letters, you know, like the Roman numerals for 54. Really, you couldn't make it any more obvious?
Not at all. Not all of our
viewers are smart, some needs more and more direct approach, you know. And at least it's factually correct, not like the last time. Last time? Yeah, the idiot in charge of the previous one used V instead of L and as a Roman numeral 450. We actually got many complaints because of that. V3, aha, że 50, tak. That's stupid. Okay, that's all nice and all, but I still don't understand it. Don't understand what? If this show is such a big thing in the world, why none of us remember it? Yeah, it's impossible that we all never heard of something that big. And if we remembered it, why would we instantly know where we are? Yes, there would be no point in making any furious that way. Oh, poor little babies. There's a very simple explanation. You all have known of this show. In fact, you were such big fans that you volunteered for it. What? I would never. You would. You just forgot about it. So we don't remember about this game because our memories were removed? Like what happened to Fu? Hahaha, oh no. If only they were just removed. Then what happened? Oh, we're getting to the best part, the one that will make you feel despair. You actually don't have any real memories at all. What? Remember the flashback light? Yeah, that thing that made us remember stuff. It doesn't make you remember things, it imprints fabricated memories in your mind. So in short, all those memories you learned then were fake. What? Even Sayuri? What? Even Sayuri? Yes, she wasn't terminally ill after all. So she and Katsuya died for nothing? Not for nothing, they died for the entertainment of millions of people. It was actually one of their most viewed episodes in years. How can you talk about it like that? You're inhuman. Yeah, anyway, now that you see how it works, here's the big part. All the memories in your head were created in the same way. They were just inputted before the show. So you wiped all of your real memories and replaced them with the fake ones. No way. That's not all. The same thing that we can do with memories, we can do with personalities. So our personalities are also fake? What? We're not real? What? We are not real? Yes, there was never a person named Megumi Edagawa in the real world. Everything that makes you you, your memories and personalities were created by your writers. But why? To make the show more interesting, of course. Real people just aren't that fascinating. So we're fictional. Jak widzę moje matki. Nie, to nie jest to. To jest jeszcze coś innego. My predecessors like this world, but I see it differently. You were created by the fictional characters, but as a fictional character, you were brought to life in the magic of television. The magic of magic of television, huh? Okej, to mamy kostki, dobra, wszystko jest układane, nie jest. So now you're all real. You aren't fictional, you're just artificially fabricated. That's still terrible. Everything we knew was a lie. Something like that, yes. Oh, and my other self, that is also a character that I created. I implanted myself with another innocent personality to look more believable to you. So I guess we are all the same. No, that's a lie. You're lying. No, you're lying to yourself by refusing to accept the truth. You know, I'm. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, but that means there's nothing waiting for us outside. No families, no jobs to return to. Doreen's sister also doesn't exist. Yes, that was another piece of drama that I masterfully created. But then, what's the point of us living these lives? Exactly, that's my point. Huh? Your lives are meaningless outside of the game. The game's about to end now. Doesn't that feel with absolute despair? Yeah, I suppose so. Ugh, why? So, there's just one more thing to do. Vote for yourself as the culprit and end this miserable existence. It's easy, right? Now, when you know everything, we can finally move to the vote. No. Huh? No, it won't end like this. I can't give up to despair. We are artificially created, so what? Megumi, we are still real people, we exist in this world. Yes, no life is meaningless regardless of how it was created. Yeah, what are you saying? That's stupid. No, it's not. Even if we don't really have anything to return in this world, we'll create something new. We have to try. You're right. We will not throw away our lives here, not after so many others have lost theirs. We deny your despair. What? No! Besides, unless we leave this place, we'll never know for sure if you are telling the truth or not. So I say, let's give it a shot. You are with me? Are you with me? Yeah, you're right, Megumi. I don't understand a lot of things, but I want to live my life. Her will die to allow us to live on. Yes, we must not forget the sacrifices of everyone. I don't care how I was created, I'm still me. And I will continue this life. Yeah, we can't give up now. We've come through so much so far. I will get up and I will make those responsible pay. You're absolutely right, Megumi. We will end this horrifying game today. We're all with you. Everyone, thank you. So, our minds are all made up. We are ready for the vote. What? No! What about despair? What about...
Okay, I have waited long enough. It's voting time.
Hey, wait a second!
Please vote using the planners on your desk and choose who you think is the killer. And remember, make sure you do votes for someone, otherwise you will be punished as well.
I said wait!
Let's see the verdict. Will it be right, or will it be or will all go horribly wrong?
Oh ho ho.
Oh ho ho, that is absolutely correct. The culprit who killed Eri Shimura, and also the mastermind of the killing game, was none other than the gentle Gardener Ayaka Higenabara. Congratulations!
Hey, Monokuma! What? How dare you? I was about to make them all fall to despair.
Now they were all ready to vote and decided what to do.
I command you to redo the vote with recite results this time.
Sorry, I can't do that. That's not how the rules work.
Ah, right. Command entry mode. Redo the voting.
I still refuse.
You what? You have to listen to me.
Your alpha level clearance is not enough to break the basic rules of the game. Only omega level users can do that.
What do you mean? There's a higher level than me? I'm the mastermind, the director of this show. There's no one above me.
When you decided to enter the game, you became one of the participants. The participants have to abide by rules, that's how rules work.
So by putting herself in the game, Ayaka lost the right to break the rules? Seems like it, which means she cannot disallow the results of our votes. So we really won. Indeed, we correctly voted, blah blah blah, and now she has to face execution. And after that, she should be allowed to leave, since there will be no more assignment, right? She should be allowed to leave.
Yeah!
Yeah, tak, to jest głos Polaków.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay then.
Wait! Wait! How can this be happening? I am... Huh? Oh, what's going on? Oh, everyone. Ayaka? Yes, it's me again. I'm so sorry. Are you okay, Ayaka? Yes, you could say that. I'm so sorry for what happened. I wasn't even aware of my other self. Huh? That's really weird. I'm not sure how the implanted personalities really work. Anyway, I never intended for all this to happen. I genuinely wanted to be friends with you all. I never wished harm on any of you. Ayaka, we understand. In just a moment, I will disappear again. But please know that every moment spent with you was a precious memory for me. Please don't forget me. Goodbye, everyone. We won't, Ayaka. We all love you as a friend. This was an amazing time for you as well. So please... Ah! How dare you take over without my permission? Who the hell do you think you are? You're a fabrication like all of those losers. I'm the only true human here. No. We are all just as true. It doesn't matter who created us and how. We live our lives in reality and we will continue to do so. And you, the true human, have lost. I refuse to accept defeat. I refuse. Doesn't matter what you think. What matters is what we think. Huh?
Yeah, enough babbling. It's time for my favorite moment of the day.
Hey, I'm still talking.
But I'm not listening. It's that time is up. I hope you said your goodbyes, cause we're gonna do it.
We're doing it.
Listen to me, I refuse. Yeah, right. I have prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate gardener. Ayaka, blah blah blah.
I am your master. You cannot.
It's punishment time. It's punishment time.
Monokuma presents Ayaka blah blah in Sea of Thorns. So the other Ayaka in the dark, she was still looking furious. Suddenly a thorny vine came out of the floor. It grabbed her leg, cutting it and making it bleed. Then more thorny vines appeared from every direction. They grabbed both of Ayaka's arms and legs. The vines started pulling on Ayaka's body, dragging it across the floor. She struggled to get free, but to no avail. The vines dragged her into a giant pool full of thorns. She started slowly disappearing below the vines. Soon, only her arm was visible from below the sea of green. She watched helplessly as she drowned in the thorny pool. More and more blood was splattered from the place where Ayaka was. The thorns were becoming soaked with blood. Finally, the vines threw Ayaka's mangled body over the pool. She barely resembles a human being anymore. And then it was over. For the final time, we witnessed this horrible spectacle. Dostała 5. I lubię tylko jedną osobę z tych wszystkich. Ayaka. She deserved that, to be fair. Maybe the mastermind did, but not the Ayaka she knew. Yeah, she didn't choose to become a part of this person. Her death was just as tragic as the other ones.
Phew, I had fun. And that execution was pretty well prepared.
Did Ayaka come up with the executions as well?
Sure, she wrote them all by herself. Though I'm pretty sure she didn't expect the ones she wrote for herself to be used, poo.
There were executions prepared for all of us?
Yes, all 16. It's a shame we only got to see 5. There were some absolute bangers there, some simple but effective, some more intricate but all great. And when one person had an all-time classic, since we are done with this game, I suppose I can tell you all how you would have died. We really don't want to hear this though. Yeah, there's been enough death here for a lifetime. I'm morbidly curious, but I think I prefer not to know. Well, it's your loss. Well, it's your loss. Anyway, that's not what's important here. And what is? You said it yourself, the game is up, right? Yeah, can't run without the mastermind. I'm pretty sure the TV show went to credits already. Then let's not waste any more time here. Yeah, let us out of this place. We want to leave now. We're not out. We can discuss how to deal with those behind the sick show. It won't be easy, I'm sure they've got the best lawyers we can get. Still, it's a question for another day. Now we need to leave this cursed mansion. So, Monokuma. Fine, as promised. You know, since bears always keep their word, that's the first time I've ever heard of it, you'll miss this place sooner than you think, suckers. You'll come back crying, begging me to let you in. But I will laugh at you and say no. Yeah, right, just get this over with. Okay, we'll need to go back to the ground floor then. Lead the way. So this is it. This is the place where we all met for the first time, right? There were a lot more of us back then, though. We've come a long way, but now it's time to end this hell. So Monokuma, open the door. Oh no, that's not my part. Huh? The procedure says I'm just supposed to leave you all here. The guys behind the game will take care of actually getting you out. Well, fine, I didn't want to look at you anymore anyway. Boo, so that's how our goodbye is going to be? Yes. Well, fuck you too, bye. A czemu zniknęło? Wracaj. Okej, mam nadzieję, że nie zniknęło długo. Się zastrzelę zaraz. Okej, jeszcze już godziny 2 minęły. No nie, skończ tę grę. Well, fuck you too, bye. Finally, we got rid of him for the last time. So everyone, what do you want to do when we get out? I want to go to the fancy restaurant. I want to rest in my own bed. I want to learn more about this game and who is responsible for it. Right, we could do something to stop them. This won't be that easy, you know. I'm not saying it will be. Hey, everyone. Yeah. Just how long do we have to wait? I think somebody should be here soon. They haven't forgotten about us, right? That's very doubtful. So, where are they? What's that? The back door just closed. But why? Hey, what's going on? Let us out. I'm afraid we've been lied to. Uh-oh. Oh no, I know that sound. Oh no, not again! It's that damn gas! Ugh. But why? But why? This has truly been a wonderful game. I have never experienced something like this firsthand before. I need to try this again someday. But sadly, this game has now come to an end. Thank you for playing, everyone. It was nice to be able to spend time with you for a while. Now, it's time to clean up. Omega level clearance activation.
somewhere else. Security layer 4 of 4 disabled. All security layers disabled. Access granted. Enter mention control panel, you know. Finally, I'm in. I promise I will help you all. Bo trochę za późno, mordo. Or my name is not Balsack. Oh no. Or my name is not Balsack. In fiction. And oczywiście. To wyjaśnia, dlaczego chapter się tak nazywa. Boom. Boom. Zostało 5. I only want one to survive. Czekaj, 5 czy jest 4? To be concluded in the final chapter. Ale tu kończymy. Another version of the truth. Okej, tak, tu kończymy. Aha, to muszę ten. Okej, to ja tutaj wyłączę grę i po prostu pewnie wrócę do niej ten, no. Zobaczymy tu kiedyś tam na pewno. So. Wow, dużo się wydarzyło. Było spoko. Chociaż takie dziwne przedwczesne zakończenie dał trochę. Zobaczymy, co się wydarzy później. Może nagram to wcześniej, może nagram to później, nie wiem. Ale czy kolejnego trialu nie będzie? Nie wiem, może. Zobaczymy. W każdym razie ja chyba muszę im pomóc jakoś. Anyway. Trzymajcie się i do zobaczenia kiedyś tam. Pa, pa.